Well, China didn't qualify for the World Cup, but the country will still have a big influence on the tournament, with Chinese companies the biggest sponsors. They spent almost $1.4 billion on the tournament in Qatar. That's $300 million more than US companies, including McDonald's and Coca-Cola, who are the next biggest spenders. The biggest Chinese sponsor at Qatar is the multinational Wanda, who are one of 7 official FIFA partners. It's spending $850 million as part of a 15-year deal until 2030. Tech company Vivo, electronics manufacturer Hisense and dairy producer Mengniu make up the rest of China's sponsors. And China's manufacturers also have a big part to play in this World Cup. Over 60% of merchandise that's being stocked in official World Cup stores in Qatar has been produced in the Chinese city Yiwu. Well, Kieran Maguire is an expert in football finance and professor at the University of Liverpool. I asked him what the ban on alcohol at stadiums might mean for one of the competition's biggest sponsors.
Yes, Budweiser have a contract. They're one of the senior sponsors of the competition with FIFA, and they will have made a lot of preparation in respect of the tournament in terms of getting inventory to Qatar, but also all of their local marketing campaigns within the studios as well. So this will have come as a significant shock to them, and I suspect that they are already in negotiations with FIFA and the Qatari Football Association with some form of compensation or remuneration-based settlement that is going to impact the tournament.
I mean, they've tweeted, "This is awkward," today, so clearly, as you say, perhaps a surprise. What will happen next? How can this sponsorship relationship move forward?
Budweiser have signed a long-term contract with FIFA that covers a number of FIFA World Cup tournaments. So if there's a breach of contract by any of the parties, and in this case, as far as Budweiser is concerned, that will be with FIFA, they'll be seeking some form of compensation. Equally, Qatar has an agreement with FIFA to allow these senior sponsors to sell their product. So FIFA will be able to seek compensation back from the Qatari Football Association. I think going forwards, there will be caution perhaps in terms of awarding World Cup tournaments where there could be conflicts between the hosts and senior sponsors.
And Qatar does rather have an image problem, doesn't it? Even so, it is a huge commercial opportunity for advertisers.
Yes, I think the construction of the stadiums, which are spectacular, have come with a lot of criticism with regards to the working conditions of people involved, and that has tainted the tournament as in the eyes of some. It is an opportunity for Qatar to try to move itself away from being a natural resources-based country into something similar to Dubai, whereby it can perhaps become a transport or a tourism hub. And this is one of the steps that the Qatari authorities have taken in order to try to reinvent the country as a known destination.
And China is a country that spent a record amount on advertising at this tournament. What can being seen at this event do for Chinese brands in particular?
Well, the FIFA World Cup is seen by 200 countries around the world. So therefore, for those Chinese senior partners that have signed contracts with FIFA, it gives them the opportunity to get their brands into countries around the world with perhaps they're not particularly familiar, and also a chance to, with accompanying adverts, to demonstrate the quality and the quality of the products that they're aiming to sell into new markets. And all organisations are trying to globalise as much as they can the destination for their products, because that helps to de-risk any local economic challenges that might be taking place.
So now we've seen this record spend from China on advertising at this event. Do you think we'll see that mirrored in other sporting events?
I think the Chinese manufacturers and producers will be looking at the response. They will be monitoring very carefully the number of clicks, the number of interactions in terms of social media, but also upon their websites when their products are being advertised at the FIFA World Cup. And then they will make a commercial decision on the back of that. Is that everybody's looking for value for money, and FIFA is, in terms of its tournament, is certainly one that delivers in terms of the global number of eyeballs. Whether that is deemed to be successful in terms of an uptick in sales, we'll have to wait and see, and that decision will be made at senior level in the individual companies.